Anybody that can find a solution to the problem of community pharmacy in Nigeria. Community practice in Nigeria has lots of problems, and I can bet it with you. Whoever finds solution to these problems can be our next president. Honestly, that person can find solution to the problem of Nigeria as a whole. Wanna get closer, it's not so, in this video, I'm going to be talking about the unique way in which you can practice your community pharmacy. Honestly, we can all make life easier for one another. Because, come to think of it, does it even make sense? Weekends that you're supposed to be at home with your family, spend time together with your children, with your spouses. As a woman, you have dishes to wash, you have clothes to wash, you have food to cook, and lots of chores to do. And as a man, you have to rest. A woman too, you need to rest now. You have to just, put your heads together during the weekend to make sure that some things are done. But in community practice, as a community pharmacist, you work Mondays through Fridays. If you are a superintendent, you will do 8 hours, and if you are a full time, you will do 9 hours. So you have to work from Mondays through Fridays. And whoever now brought this idea of weekend call, where you have to do very long hours during the weekend, that person needs to be jailed. Honestly, we should look for that person, find him and jail him, because he's the enemy of progress. That person is the enemy of peace. He's the enemy of rest. Now, the last place I practiced as a community pharmacist, my weekends was Saturday, 14 hours. I would have been at work 9 hours because I was a full-time pharmacist, 9 hours Mondays through Fridays. And on Saturday, 2 Saturdays in a month, 2 Sundays in a month. Imagine, I would have to work 14 good hours. That's 28 hours in 2 days. More than one day. To think of it. So, community practice has lots of challenges, I know. And the challenges, I can group them into employee challenges and employer challenges, honestly speaking. But today, I want to focus on the employee challenges. And one of the most crucial things or most challenging topic about these employee challenges is that weekend call. It's too long, for goodness sake, and I'm here to find a solution. So if you are a community pharmacist, or perhaps you are an employer, you have a community pharmacy where you have employed a community pharmacist to work for you, you'll agree with me that your workers, your staff, now I mean your pharmacists, they don't stick for long. You don't expect them to stay for long because they are stressed, they burn out. How do you expect them to give their best when they are burnt out? They can't. So I'm going to simplify ways we can schedule this community practice that will make your staff stay longer, unlike having frequent turnover, employee turnover. They are just running away because they are stressed, because the schedule is killing. So I went around and I made my research, and I found that in Western countries, in developed countries, there are better ways they go about this thing. In the UK, for instance, talking about healthcare workers, you can work 12 hours for 3 or 4 days. And then the rest of the week, you're free. It's now up to you to either pick up extra shifts or to decide to stay home and rest. I think that's a very good schedule. So you, as a community owner, you can employ a full-time pharmacist and a superintendent pharmacist. Your pharmacist can work 12 hours a week, because of course we are not new to it. We are already getting used to it. Just that it's killing us. Now you can employ a superintendent pharmacist that will work 12 hours for 4 days of the week. And then your full-time pharmacist can pick it up and work the next 3 days of the week. And then they will alternate. By so doing, I can assure you that they will appreciate you. They will not want to leave your job because they know that they have other free days to themselves. They can find themselves, they can discover new things about themselves, they can do other things. And when they are at work, they can be more productive, knowing that, okay, I have some days that I won't come to work at all, and I'll still be paid because I've worked all my work for the first 4 days or for the first 3 days. So you don't have to make them go to work every day, and on weekends you now work them out again, and you still expect them to come by Monday to resume work again. You won't get the best out of them, honestly, and then they won't stay for long. Another option we can explore is, okay, if you have a full time and a superintendent pharmacist, they can alternate days. So if your superintendent comes today, works 12 hours today, that's from like if you open 7 to 7, it's fine. 7 to 7, or if you open 8, do 8 to 8, or your sales girls can be there earlier than your pharmacist, so you can let them work 9. If you close 9, 9 to 9 is fine, or 8 to 8 is fine. So your superintendent can work today and the next day she's free or is free, your superintendent, your full-time pharmacist will take over. So that person will give his or her best, knowing that tomorrow I'm going to be off work. So if that person has other things, other appointments to attend, other things to attend to, he or she's free, and the person will stay longer with you. That employee, that kind of employee, will be happy working with you and will stay longer, because there's a form of flexibility. There's no flexibility in our current practice in the community pharmacy setting. There's no flexibility at all, and that's killing. Honestly, that's choking. It's exhausting as a woman or even as a man. It doesn't make any sense. So you could explore that. And one of the advantages of exploring all these two options I've mentioned is that we would now find locum pharmacy to be similar to what locum pharmacy ought to be. Because locum pharmacy in Nigeria is just whack. It's not what it's supposed to be. Local pharmacists are supposed to earn way higher than other pharmacists, because this is like you inconveniencing them. You're not employing them permanently. You are not giving them a full-time employment. Rather, you just want to use them and dump them. Then if we practice this way, I think our local pharmacy in Nigeria can gain more value, in the sense that for a superintendent or a full-time not to be available, that person must be willing to pay hugely, or to pay a sum that the locum is willing to accept, not this trash 500 per hour that people are offering pharmacists for locum. So if I know I want to do locum for you, I want to cover shift for you, it's like cover job, I want to cover for you, then you should be able to pay me an amount that makes sense, so that we can stop. Honestly, locum is like modern day slavery in Nigeria now. So that we can add more value to what locum is in Nigeria, because locum in actual fact is not what it is supposed to be. Any suggestion, any idea, because this is like an idea that has been coming to my mind, and I've thought of ways to share it so that people can benefit from this. I've been in community practice for quite a while, like 4 5 years, and I know what it means. Some people will even say you should come. I've worked 12 noon to 8 p.m. before. Imagine all the productive period of my life being used inside the pharmacy store. Imagine me having kids, having a husband, or as a man, having children and having a wife that you don't have time for, because you have all your productive days, you spend it in the pharmacy, and you have to work weekends too. Sometimes you do that ungodly 14 hours or 10 hours shift during the weekend, or you run Mondays through Saturdays, you're only free on Sundays. So altogether, I believe it doesn't make sense. But if we can explore these options, if we can integrate what they do, because I wonder why we don't like to adopt the good things that the Western world does. We like to adopt the bad ones. Now they are running it this way, and I think it makes sense. It is logical. If I work 4 days a week, I have 3 days to myself. I can give my best. I am happy working because I am looking forward to my free time. So basically, that's why I've come. If you have any suggestion or any comment concerning what I've said, please do well to drop it in the comment section. And if you want to see more videos like this, please smash the notification bell. I told you I'm not here to mess around, and you've been acting